you need to rise up and take your head out of the toilet or the sand and go and buy some Bitcoin right now. Buy Bitcoin. Yes, as I just explained, everybody right now has got their head so deep in the sand that they can't see the wood for the trees. The entire market right now is looking awfully good. I've got some big trades open. I'm going to show you them in today's video. Above $2 million right now on the table. How is it going to play out? Well, I'm going to explain that to you. But first of all, I think most importantly, I need to show you why Bitcoin is looking pretty good. I've got some bananas here on my desk. Healthy eating and all that stuff. Everybody's saying, oh, you know, you look a bit more trimmer in your videos these days. Bananas. Bananas are good. Either way, Bitcoin's price. This is not the current price of Bitcoin. This is the price of Bitcoin back in 2013, 2014. If we look at the current price of Bitcoin, Bitcoin's current price around $30,850. It has been rising pretty significantly over the course of the past couple of hours, surpassing my entry here, giving me around half a Bitcoin's worth of profit as it sits right now. That profit is not overall profit though, because, you know, I am me at the end of the day, and I do make mistakes also. I entered this trade a little bit too soon with a little bit too much margin, a little bit too much leverage, and I had to take a little bit of a loss on the way down here. So I entered this trade around this point here on the way down, but then it kept dipping. And it's one of them where you've just got to go take the loss at these late ranges right here and then wait for it to stabilize, re-enter, and then it'll run back to the upside. And that's exactly what's happened here on this trade. You can see currently a $12,300 profit, however, a $25,000 loss. I'm not in a profit on this particular trade yet. I'm still in around $10,000 worth of loss, but it doesn't really matter to me that much. It really is not going to impact anything. It's just one of them things whereby I entered the trade a little bit too soon. But I want to show you right now why the price of Bitcoin is just looking so much better than everybody gives it credit for. Let's first of all look at the price of Bitcoin on a daily chart and look at how Bitcoin is performing. You can see here Bitcoin is performing, you know, pretty meh. Like it's been all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, and like to really, really down, and now it's just starting to go back up again. But let's compare that to back in 2013 when the price of Bitcoin was a mere $80. I want to show you something here just to show you the maths on how this stuff works. Bottom to top right here, Bitcoin had a 69,000% gain. However, if we don't go right from the bottom, if we ignore that wick, which was basically down to zero, something got hacked back in the day and the price just dropped terribly. I think that was the Mt. Gox event, to be honest. But if we ignore Mt. Gox, it's kind of like FTX. That candle right there, that's like the FTX of 2013. But if we look at how the market is performing right now and we assess, well, what is going on here, and we look at, you know, bottom to top, ignoring kind of the worst parts of the FTX crash, it was about a 1,789% gain. If we then go forward a few years and look at how things performed in the 2017 bull run, the 2017 bull run, Bitcoin's price goes from around $200 down here all the way up to around $20,000 up here. And if we look at the price there, you can see it goes up around 9,400% from the bottom. And then you can see if we go forward to the next bull run here, which is the most recent bull run, I wish this thing had focus. Why don't you focus? You know what I can do actually? If I just go like that, maybe it'll reset the focus, and then is it going to work? I mean, maybe it'll work. Anyway, look at this. We're going to go bottom to top. So $3,000 Bitcoin all the way up to the highs here at approximately $69,000 Bitcoin. You can see here we had a percentage increase of 1,858%. Always seems to be around 2,000% gain from bottom to top when Bitcoin goes through one of these bullish periods in time. Now, if we're to take that same gain, and I know I explained it in the previous video, but it's important for you to understand how high the price of Bitcoin can go from bottom to top. A 2,000% gain on the price of Bitcoin, we need to make this scale a little bit larger so we can kind of get some perspective on the markets. A 2,000% gain over where Bitcoin's price currently be is approximately $320,000 Bitcoin. That's a lot higher than the price of Bitcoin currently. Nobody thinks that the price of Bitcoin can get to those levels. Nobody at all. Why would you think Bitcoin can get to $320,000? You'd have to be insane. You'd have to be completely mental. But you've got to understand, the crypto market is a little bean right now. 1 in 182 people in the world currently hold Bitcoin. That's only 1 in 182 people currently hold some Bitcoin. But compare the value of your Bitcoin holdings to the overall value of your net worth. The overall value of your net worth probably is 100 times larger than your Bitcoin holdings, unless you're like me and you're a complete just lunatic when it comes to this stuff and you've got 100% of your wealth in it. I do that because every time the market grows, you make a lot of money. And like the market does grow every 3 years, it goes up 2,000%. Like, oh my God, how did you get rich? That's not fair. I just have all of my money in this stuff. I don't have money in the bank. I just don't have money really at all. All of my money is in Bitcoin, all of it is in Ethereum, all of that stuff. So every time the market goes through these 2,000% growths, you just experience some significant wealth growth. And that significant wealth growth, I think we're on the cusp of a major breakout and a major change in the markets. I think that Bitcoin's price is about to break through this level right here at $30,000 or $31,500. If we look at where Bitcoin's, well, $31,500, we're currently at $30,930 odd. We keep pumping throughout the course of today's video, but $30,900 Bitcoin is really not out of the question. I mean, we're already there. I mean, $37,000 Bitcoin. It's really not out of the question. All we need to do is break through this little level right here. We came down, we retested it a few times. Same thing here, retested it a few times. Important to point out that last time when we were kind of challenging this level right here, before we broke below it the next time round, we kind of challenged this level here for a period of around 84 days. Currently, we've been challenging this level here for approximately 84 days. It's the exact same period of time before we had a significant trend reversal. So unless Bitcoin is going to go for a significant trend reversal at this point and drop to the downside, which seems incredibly unlikely, given all of the bullish news in the market, why wouldn't Bitcoin pump right now? Makes complete sense for Bitcoin to pump right now, especially when you consider today's cryptocurrency news. But just before we get on to that, let's get one like. Let's get one comment. I know that we can do it. Everybody's in a good mood today. Bitcoin's price is up nearly $1,000. It's actually outperforming the stock market again. And we've got to get onto that again in just a few seconds time. But slap a like, leave a comment down below. What do you think is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin? Let me know. I'll have a conversation with a few of you. Again, first comment gets nothing, but it's pretty difficult to get first comment on these videos these days. So have a crack at that as well. You know, look at this. $18,000 profit. We've nearly erased all of the losses from the other day. Bitcoin's price keeps pumping to the upside, but this is not the only trade that I've got open right now. I'm going to show you that other trade in just a few moments' time. First things first, we've got to talk about today's cryptocurrency news. And there's one thing, only one thing in today's cryptocurrency news that I think is going to change the way the market operates. This is the former chair of the SEC, Jay Clayton, saying he believes it will be difficult for the SEC to resist approving a spot Bitcoin ETF if the institutions applying for them adequately prove that Bitcoin spot markets are as effective as stable futures markets. This is a game changer. It looks likely at this point in time that the Bitcoin ETF is going to get approved. And when that Bitcoin ETF gets approved, if you understand the way that works, basically for BlackRock to launch a Bitcoin spot ETF and say that they estimate that they're going to have, say, $10 billion worth of trading volume on it every day. If BlackRock are going to have $10 billion of trading volume on their spot Bitcoin ETF every day, they need to have at least $5 billion worth of Bitcoin in that ETF traded fund. Why would people trade an ETF rather than trading actual Bitcoin? Shut up, Siri. Why would people trade a Bitcoin ETF? You know, it's a bit of a problem with this Apple Watch these days. It's always listening, isn't it? But basically, why would people trade a spot Bitcoin ETF over just trading Bitcoin? Big institutions don't want to be the custodians of their own funds. They don't want to participate in an economy whereby they risk losing all of their assets. You wouldn't trade gold by turning up to a gold shop with a wheelbarrow and buying $2 million worth of gold. You would just buy gold shares, or rather of gold ETF shares, and that gold stays in the gold vault. Nothing happens to it, nobody moves it, and then you can sell those gold contracts at a later date. That's why an ETF becomes valuable. But in order for that ETF to exist, BlackRock has to go out and buy that Bitcoin in the first place. And $5 billion worth of buying pressure on the price of Bitcoin would probably cause Bitcoin's price to go up to probably between $60,000 and $70,000. So when this Bitcoin ETF gets approved, expect some significant price movements. And of course, expect the price of Bitcoin to rise like it has been doing recently. If we look at my current open trade here, you can see that I'm now $42,000 in profit on this Bitcoin trade that I've got open here on BitGet. If you're wondering which exchange I prefer, I mean, at the moment, I still prefer BYBIT. I always prefer BYBIT. BYBIT is the best cryptocurrency trading exchange in my opinion. You can find a link for BYBIT in today's video description. If you use that link in today's video description, you can get up to $30,000 for free. It is ultimately a fantastic trading platform, and it's one that, of course, you can make money on this platform, and you can lose money on this platform as well. Don't get me wrong. Like, absolutely. Win some, you lose some. We've got $5 grand in a loss right now. But will markets continue to move as always? They don't stop because it's crypto. Now, of course, yes, the SEC is looking pretty bullish in terms of this Bitcoin ETF getting approved right now. How have the traditional markets performed today? Well, the traditional markets over the past 10-minute period, humongous amounts of volume occurring in the traditional markets. We've seen the price of the Dow Jones index starting to spike back to the upside. We saw it drop down to the downside the other day. This is when Bitcoin's price went down to $29,600, a little bit low for my liking, but at the same time bounced immediately back and going zigzags upwards, and it's looking pretty decent right now. It's looking like it's going to form a bit of a reversal pattern here. It just needs to crack the top, and then onwards and upwards we go. You can expect some good moves on the price of Bitcoin as well. This is in large part due to the US dollar index continually dropping value today throughout the course of today. This is on the 30-minute chart. Every one of these is a 30-minute candle. It has just dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped. No strength, no support in the value of the US dollar right now. People don't want to be in dollars regardless of how the job market is looking. They want to be investing in, oh my gosh, we've just passed $31,000. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, $31,000 Bitcoin. How's about that then? So, in summary, today, yes, Bitcoin's price looks pretty bullish. In order to confirm that breakout, Bitcoin needs to break above $31,500. If we look at it on a 30-minute chart, $31,500 would be this purple level right at the top right here. We need a break above that level, and when we're breaking above that level, it is going to go absolutely scatty and probably go to somewhere around $37,000. If it goes up to $37,000, that's $6,000 profit per Bitcoin that you hold right now. And for me, on these particular trades, one of the trades has got 48 Bitcoins in it, and the other one has got 23.5 Bitcoins in it. Quick math at the top of my head, that's a lot of money. And I really hope that that happens. That would be pretty amazing. That really covers some of the expenses that go along with running Crypto Saving Expert. Again, I want to point out Crypto Saving Expert, it's not like your typical course website, not like your typical news website. It has all of the free information and education available on there right now. You can go to courses. You can also go to guides on Crypto Saving Expert. Look at all these different guides. Tell you how to use every single exchange, every single wallet. Tells you how to do your crypto taxes. Tells you what is the best cryptocurrency cards of which you can spend your crypto in the shops. Tells you how to stay safe on the internet. Tells you how to use all of these different networks. Everything you could possibly need is on this website right here, and it's completely free with zero adverts. How do you keep it free? We can't stay free forever, I'll be completely honest. It's really expensive to keep something like that completely free. We do spend an awful lot of money. It's around 100k a month to run this website. And with these 50-odd staff working on it, some full-time, some part-time. But it's growing currently around 700 new users per day. It's really taking off. Lots of good information on there. Really a good sign of the times, especially to be running a website like this in a time like this in the markets. It really gives me some confidence that the overall cryptocurrency market is on the rise when we're going through such a growth spurt in terms of our user base right now, as well as, of course, the YouTube channel. That looks pretty decent as well. You all wonder how much do YouTubers earn? $757 over the course of the past month. 509 new subscribers though, which is fantastic. Please do slap a like and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate it. And thank you for making this video here 7,700 views. I do appreciate it. That's a lot of views for me, especially on this channel. So yeah, thank you very much. It's nice to be growing as a YouTube channel for a change rather than shrinking as the main one always does. But yeah, markets are looking pretty healthy. Looking for that breakout right now. Take your head out of the sand and go and buy some Bitcoin. Honestly, it's a good idea. Even if it drops down to $25,000 again, keep buying it. Buy, 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 buy. Nobody wanted to buy when it was down at $16,000, and I was saying this is a really good time to buy. And I sold a bunch of my stuff to go and buy Bitcoin. Point is, right now is probably one of the last this is what I consider the $13,000 of 2000 and let me just check on my dates here. It's whenever lockdown first started. When lockdown first started, the price of Bitcoin was like $13,000, and then it absolutely just pooed its pants. This is what I'm thinking of. This is kind of the level of which I consider we are at right now, and that was like $10,000 to $12,000 to $13,000. It was a lot of money for Bitcoin back then, because of course Bitcoin had just come out of this bear market, and this is kind of what I equate the past few months have been to. And then of course we had that drop back down to like 20k or whatever. And this is where I consider us to be right now. I consider us to be at these levels right before the run-up. So don't miss it. Check out the links in today's video description for trading exchanges and all that good stuff. Check out Crypto Saving Expert as well. Drop a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel, and go and stick your head in a bath. Thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.